I started training with Peter Fury like in 2010, 2011. So that's quite a while back.
And you used to train with Tyson Fury back in the day as well? You sparred with him?
Yeah, we came in as a sparring partner, and then after just keep showing up, we turned into to a training partner, and then slowly just becoming part of the team.
He's a big man, isn't he? He's a big man.
Big right hand that
big
knocks
right
people
hand.
out.
I've seen it. I'm sure Usyk's faced plenty of right hand people who can knock people out, hasn't he? I.e. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois. He's fought a lot of big men with a similar style to Rico. Listen, big man, he's got a chance, he's got power. Who knows what he can do in there?
I think Rico might just get in with him and just jump all over him. Because I think that's the only way he can upset Oleksandr Usyk. There's no point in trying to have a boxing match with the man who's the master boxer.
Yeah.
Just get in and make this horrific for him, make it hard, jump on his chest and don't stop. Don't stop until you can't no longer go. And I think that is the only way, and I think he might do that, because I think that's the only way I can give him any kind of chance.
Yes, and I also believe that's what Derek Chisora did. He didn't waste no time. He went right at him. Tony was telling him, Derek, stay on him.
He
Derek,
came fairly close as well, Derek.
Absolutely.
But he's a big man. He's had a lot of fights. Fair enough, they're fighting a different sport. But he can, like, if he hits him, it could be over.
Really crazy for the first few rounds. And then I think he'll figure him out and then he'll punish him.
Have you seen that, Verhoeven?
Yes.
Tony, we were talking a bit before as well that he's sparred with the Furies, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's been in the camp with the Furies for many years. He spars many rounds with Shibi Fury. He sparred dozens and hundreds of rounds with dozens of rounds with Tyson Fury. He's been around a long time. He's been around Peter Fury a long time, so that gives me a little bit of confidence in him as well, because Peter wouldn't take on a mess. Peter wouldn't embarrass himself with taking on a clown. So it lets you know that he can definitely.
Ahead of his looming clash with Oleksandr Usyk, Rico Verhoeven sharing rounds with Tyson Fury has ignited uneasy whispers about what might unfold. Back in 2015, as Fury sharpened himself for Vladimir Klitschko, Verhoeven cracked him with thudding shots, revealing a stubborn edge that could haunt Usyk when they collide.
That's it, you know, box nice and full. Catch their mistakes.
Now as Rico Verhoeven moves closer to the Oleksandr Usyk showdown, he reveals Tyson Fury entered as sparring help, but stayed, shaping him through raw, unforgiving lessons.
Yeah, we came in as a sparring partner, and then after just keep showing up, we turned into to a training partner, and then slowly just becoming part of the team.
What did you learn from sparring with Tyson?
What I learned is that I got such a better I became such a better kickboxer because of it, because it's just the all-round game. It made me so much better in everything. So I'm happy with that.
You want this fight, and then you want someone else? Do you want AJ? Do you want Fury? Like, where does this go?
I'm not focused on anything. I'm focused on the 23rd of May.
Rico Verhoeven insists he's arriving to shake Oleksandr Usyk unlike anyone before, claiming he witnessed cracks when Usyk faced Tyson Fury and believes he can land what others never could.
AJ, Dubois, they've all landed their best shots on Usyk. He hasn't gone down, he hasn't been knocked out. Why do you believe you have the power to do this?
I don't think so. I don't think they landed their best shot on Usyk, because he's so slithery. He's all over the place. So I think he didn't get like rocked the right way. In the Fury fight, he got the uppercut, he was rocked. He was like wobbly. So it's definitely, it can be.
Tyson Fury, who understands Oleksandr Usyk better than most, admits that working with Rico Verhoeven flipped his belief, now convinced Rico carries dangerous power and a genuine shot at breaking Usyk.
I remember they wouldn't sanction me and Ngannou for the title. That wasn't a title fight, that was like a special, whatever, an exhibition type thing. So, I'm not
Has
sure.
he got a chance?
Listen, he's a big man, isn't he? He's a big man.
Big right hand that
big
knocks
right
people
hand.
out.
Yeah, I've seen it. But I'm sure Usyk's faced plenty of right hand people who can knock people out, hasn't he? I.e. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois. He's fought a lot of big men with a similar style to Rico. But he's a big man. He's got a chance. He's got power. Who knows what he can do in there? But Usyk's, what is he, 39 years old now? But the thing with him is he's only had 24 fights, so he doesn't have a lot of mileage on the clock. And he turned pro in late 2013, so I think it's going to be alright.
Tony Bellew warns that time with Tyson Fury could sharpen Rico Verhoeven, while Peter Fury isn't the kind to stand behind anyone unless he senses a genuine threat.
Tony, we were talking a bit before as well that he's sparred with the Furies, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's been in the camp with the Furies for many years. He spars many rounds with Hughie Fury. He sparred dozens and hundreds of rounds with dozens of rounds with Tyson Fury. He's been around a long time. He's been around Peter Fury a long time, so that gives me a little bit of confidence in him as well, because Peter wouldn't take on a mess. Peter wouldn't embarrass himself with taking on a clown. So it lets you know that he can definitely fight.
Despite that, Tony Bellew, having shared the ring with Oleksandr Usyk, cautions Rico Verhoeven that Usyk won't hesitate and could unleash punishing damage from the very first moments.
He's been doing easy touch, hasn't he, for a while.
Well, he fought you.
I don't want to say he's an easy touch. I think it'll be really interesting for about 6 or 7 minutes. I think 1 or 2 rounds. And then I think once he figures him out, because he's going to be an absolute nightmare to prepare for. He's going to be throwing punches from all kinds of mad angles. He's going to be doing things that he should never be doing. He'll be really awkward, really crazy for the first few rounds. And then I think he'll figure him out and then he'll punish him.
Have you seen that, Verhoeven?
Yes.
Giving his prediction, Tony Bellew says Rico Verhoeven will be decoded within the first 2 to 3 rounds, while he himself would struggle to crack Oleksandr Usyk. He believes by rounds 5 to 6 Usyk will begin unloading on Rico, trapping him without a clear plan as the pressure closes in. But Rico fires back, insisting no kickboxer crossing into boxing can simply take over, just as a boxer would falter stepping into kickboxing against elite opposition.
But I just think Usyk's so clever and so wise. 2-3 rounds maximum, he'll have figured them out. He'll have got the timing down to a T. And I think by round 5, 6, he'll be teeing off on him. And he won't know where they're coming from. So he's an amazing kickboxer. He's one of the best, you know what I mean? Listen, I think Ernie Usyk is the best kickboxer ever, but that's up for debate. But he's a strong guy. He's got very, very good hands for a kickboxer. But listen, you're coming into our discipline. And no one is ever going to come into our discipline and beat us at it. It's like we can't go into their discipline. If this was a kickboxing match, he'd kick Oleksandr Usyk's legs off in about 2 rounds. But thankfully it's not. It's a boxing match. And I think, like I said, after that 6 or 7 minute period where he's really difficult and hard to figure out, I think then you'll see the undoing him.
Adding to the tension, Tom Aspinall has stepped in, giving Rico Verhoeven a dangerous shot at victory, warning he's being dismissed too easily as doubts grow louder. He believes people are overlooking Rico's raw power, a mistake that could explode when it matters most. After over a decade of training side by side, Aspinall knows exactly what Rico carries, and insists if those heavy punches land clean, Oleksandr Usyk could suddenly find himself in serious trouble. He concedes Usyk remains the more polished boxer, but cautions that Rico's battles with larger, relentless opponents give him a stubborn edge, keeping the threat alive far longer than many expect.
I think Rico's getting wrote off. Did you come across him? Listen, I've been training with Rico for the last 10 years, so I'm obviously pretty Rico biased. Rico's a good friend of mine. But he's a big man. He's had a lot of fights. Fair enough that he's fighting a different sport. But he can, like, if he hits him, it could be over. Do I think that Rico's a better boxer than Usyk? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that at all. But I think that he's getting wrote off and he's definitely got a chance of winning.
With voices rallying behind him, Rico Verhoeven surges with confidence, even making a chilling claim that he'd unleash high kicks in this fight, if the rules allowed it. As criticism swirls around his clash with Oleksandr Usyk, Rico fires back, pointing out the World Boxing Council has kickboxing divisions, the very reason this dangerous crossover was approved. Behind the scenes, he's plotting carefully, studying Usyk's every move, preparing to twist his style the moment they collide, insisting he's not stepping in to compete, but to rip every belt away from Usyk.
The cruiserweight that came up to heavyweight. So, and I was 16, I was weighing 100 kilos. So I could never drop down to cruiser because I'm just too big. He's one of the best to ever done it. Technical, a perfect, kind human being. So no, I love it. If everything goes south, I'll just throw a high kick in the 8th or 9th round. It's logical because they do not know me. They do not know the story. They do not know who I am. So it's up to me to give them a little bit of context, like what I've done within the kickboxing sport. The WBC also has a Muay Thai kickboxing division, so they understand my credentials, and that's how this fight came about. And that's how they sanctioned it. And then again, they can still be critical, but it's not up to me. It's just like, I take it as it comes. Be ready, because I'm coming for those.
Beyond the hype, experts look at Rico Verhoeven confidence as noise that will not shake Oleksandr Usyk. They call Usyk a master technician who has dismantled larger, more seasoned opponents before. To them, Verhoeven's words may echo loudly for casual fans, but at elite level they barely register as a threat. In their reading, Usyk sees openings early, stays unnervingly calm, and slowly takes over as the rounds slip away before the fight truly breaks open.
He's got absolutely nothing to lose here.
But does that make him even more dangerous, do you think?
That's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
It makes him more dangerous. It makes him more live. But Oleksandr Usyk, he doesn't buy into the pressure. He doesn't buy into, I've got it all to lose. He's just on his own planet. He exists in his own world, literally. And his world is, he goes to work, he works relentlessly hard, and then he just gets ready for fight night.
Well, it was interesting that he actually said up in the press conference that, because I don't think boxing is Usyk's life. I mean, he loves it. He's actually done incredibly well at it, but it's not everything to him. And I think that probably is what makes him a little bit special as well.
Yes, he's a very spiritual man.
Adding his perspective, Malik Scott leans on his own sparring memories with Oleksandr Usyk, admitting that on the surface Rico Verhoeven looks like a physical nightmare for anyone. But the tone shifts quickly, almost like a warning being buried in calm words, as Scott shuts down the idea of any real danger for the kickboxer. In his eyes, Usyk isn't just a champion but something rarer, a fighter operating on a different level entirely, already a step ahead before the first bell even rings. He describes him as a boxing mind that cannot be cracked by size, strength, or pressure, and in that cold assessment, the fight starts to feel less like a contest and more like a one-sided outcome waiting to unfold.
I think concerning size and him being familiar with combat sports, yes, as far as that he may be a threat, but as far as the technicalities of boxing, this is a whole new world over here, and he's going to find that very early. He's not in with a top 20 guy. He's in with a generational talent, considering that's what Oleksandr Usyk is. So I would feel a little bit different about his chances if it wasn't Usyk that he's going against, but he's going against one of the most gifted fighters of all time.
Against an undefeated boxer, Rico Verhoeven faces a brutal, high-stakes test that already feels stacked against him. Tony Bellew points to a narrow, almost uncomfortable path to an upset, insisting that trying to outbox Oleksandr Usyk is a mistake. Instead, he argues Rico must smother him with relentless pressure, stay glued to him, and turn the ring into chaos from the opening bell. Malik Scott echoes that vision, recalling the Derek Chisora example as proof of concept. In their shared reading, that uncomfortable, messy approach is the only sliver of hope to truly trouble Usyk.
I think Rico might just get in with him and just jump all over him, because I think that's the only way he can upset Oleksandr Usyk. There's no point in trying to have a boxing match with the man who's the master boxer.
Yeah.
Just get in and make this horrific for him, make it hard, jump on his chest and don't stop. Don't stop until you can't no longer go. And I think that is the only way, and I think he might do that, because I think that's the only way I can give him any kind of chance.
Yes, and I also believe that's what Derek Chisora did. He didn't waste no time. He went right at him. Tony was telling him, Derek, stay on him.
He
Derek,
came fairly close as well, Derek Chisora.
Absolutely. And I just believe the engine, the gas tank, what you have inside has everything to do with how you're going to compete with Oleksandr Usyk. It's not about skill, Captain Obvious. He's one of the most skilled. You have to have the engine and the spirit.
Surprisingly, Tony Bellew, who has already shared the ring with Oleksandr Usyk, is now backing Rico Verhoeven, shifting the narrative in an unexpected direction. He highlights hidden openings where Rico could steal momentum, even drawing comparisons to Derek Chisora and insisting Verhoeven is physically stronger and a more explosive athlete. In Bellu's reading, the danger isn't in technical boxing exchanges but in chaos itself, Rico adopting a brutal, bull-like wrestling pressure from kickboxing that refuses to let Usyk breathe. He suggests that if Verhoeven commits to that suffocating approach, he could disrupt rhythm, distort timing, and turn the fight into something uncomfortable and unfamiliar for the champion. Bellu believes those early seconds are everything, claiming Rico can seize control before Usyk fully settles, and if that happens, the entire narrative could flip into a shock few see coming.
He might be physically stronger than Derek. Derek's a very, very strong man. He's very physical, but this guy is a better athlete than Derek Chisora. So he might be able to get hold of Usyk and be rough and really physically,
especially early on.
Yes.
Tony, yes.
And the wrestling side should play a factor in this fight, because if he gets hold of Oleksandr Usyk, in the kickboxing world, when they get into clinches and stuff like this, it plays a big factor in fights.
Yes.
If he gets hold of Oleksandr and is allowed to maneuver him around and wrestle, and maybe it's kind of called bull wrestling. It's really hard and it's gritty up close. If he can do that to Oleksandr, this could be a really hard, messy night to wear, and I don't think he's ready for that. That's the only side that I haven't seen Oleksandr ready for.
But that's the intrigue. That's where the questions are that will be answered on May the 20th.
While the world continues to criticize the matchup, support for Rico Verhoeven is quietly gaining momentum in unexpected corners. Eddie Hall goes as far as predicting a shock that will stun everyone, describing Rico in almost fearful terms as the scariest man on earth. He even claims that Tom Aspinall would avoid a fight with him, pointing to reactions he believes he has personally witnessed as proof. In Hall's eyes, Verhoeven is being dangerously underestimated, dismissed too quickly by those focused only on labels and backgrounds. But based on what he has seen up close, he insists Rico carries a level of intimidation that doesn't fade under pressure, calling him one of the most terrifying competitors ever to step toward a ring.
I think Rico's going to surprise a lot of people. I think win, draw or lose, he's going to shock the world. I mean, everyone's written him off.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege to spend quite a bit of time with Rico. I've trained with Rico. I've been to watch him fight, ringside. He has got to be, hand on heart, the most frightening person on the planet. And even like top fighters say that, like Tom Aspinall wouldn't fight Rico in kickboxing. That's how scary a human being is. For Tom Aspinall to say, I wouldn't, Rico, and I could see it in his face, like genuinely meant it. I think Rico is the scariest man on the planet.
Wow.
Hands down. Hands down. If there's one man on the planet you wouldn't want to fight, it's Rico Verhoeven. He is a bad.
Wow. Okay, what an
To intensify his stance even further, Eddie Hall issues a direct, almost chilling warning to Oleksandr Usyk, claiming that Rico Verhoeven is going to be a far bigger problem than expected. He argues that traditional boxers are rarely prepared for someone who brings relentless physical pressure mixed with chaotic, unpredictable bursts of offense, and he insists that is exactly what Rico embodies. In his interpretation, this is where the real danger hides in the matchup, a sudden shift in rhythm that cannot be calmly solved or neatly controlled. Once that suffocating intensity is unleashed inside the ring, Hall believes Usyk will be forced into uncomfortable territory, struggling to decode answers in real time as the fight twists away from familiar boxing logic.